Following podcast contains spoilers for Bravely Default and Starfox Zero.
Welcome to Nerds at Lunch. It's a short show today, folks. Just me and Mark. Everyone else is busy doing things. Patrick with his drug smuggling. Steve with his illegal hacking.
That's why I do all my activity in the morning.
Yeah, me and Mark are criminals during the daylight, like smart people. They aren't looking for you then. So we're going to talk about Bravely Second and Starfox Zero today. We're probably going to do a little more in-depth on Second because I still haven't gotten around to playing Zero, but Mark has. So he'll be giving us some impressions. So let's start with Second. I don't know how I feel about this game.
Well, how far in it would you say you are, chapter-wise? Because I'm in chapter 2.
Oh, I pretty much beat it.
Okay then.
So we're on opposite ends of the spectrum for these games. Okay.
Huh.
That'll work out. So, I'll try not to spoil any story stuff. But I think by this point, you already know, you refight a lot of the same bosses again. Visit a lot of the same places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing as that I'm back, I saw Commander Goodman again just now.
Yeah, that whole thing, ugh.
Having to go defeat Amy and stuff. I only just dropped him off with his wife.
Yeah. By the way, I thought Hearthchild was like that because the crystal went out of control. Shouldn't that have been fixed?
Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
It's a Square story. Who knows what's going on?
To be fair, well, you can't visit that temple until... I don't think you can visit that temple at any point.
I didn't try looking for it. I saw the...
You go back to the mines for a side quest, but you never get to the temple part. Near as I can tell, anyway. Let's see. So I don't like the repetition. I get that they just did this because they wanted to do a quick turnaround in the sequel. The third game, I hope they don't do that.
Yeah, that's not too much of a big spoiler, guys. There is a third game coming.
Yeah.
Because, come on, don't they want this to be their new Final Fantasy?
I think they do. It's done very well. The team has experience now. I don't mind if it stays in Luxembourg. I don't even mind if some of the old characters come back. The asterisk system is a little dumb. But if we have to keep it, just give us all the old jobs. Give us a ton of options at the start of the game.
Banjo-Tooie, this son of a bitch.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't make sense because you already have Tiz. And you have a Dia.
Yeah, so they can have them all, too.
Yeah, so why don't, when you get a Dia, you get a bunch of jobs that she decided to keep. Probably all physical ones. Then when you get Tiz, you get all the rest of them.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do these dumb side quests that don't matter.
Well, not in our version of the game, anyway.
Yeah, well, okay, about that. They changed it. If, the first time through the game, if you pick a side quest, no matter what the outcome, the Dia's like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Which, screw you, game. I made this choice for a reason. And, upon other replays, the dialogue changes to be like, hey, I'm glad I made this decision. Blah, blah, blah. All they did is take out that first, I shouldn't have done that dialogue option.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm fine with. There's dumber things to complain about. Like all the creepy outfits and stuff. The Dia's still underage, by the way. I think it's 2 years from the last game.
Mm-hmm.
Just barely cracks the line. And you get to dress her up in gross swimsuits.
The Bravo Bikini.
That isn't in the game, thankfully. You get Agnes's robe that maybe needs a blouse underneath. Pope Agnes.
Pope, yes. Very, very lax there.
Yeah.
You could tell Anya is anything and she'll practically believe it.
Yeah.
She's definitely an Emperor's New Clothes kind of person.
Yeah. I think that's my big thing. They didn't grow as characters in 2 years.
Well, Tiz has an excuse.
Yeah, well, Tiz is the only one. And I think Adia being in this game is a mistake.
Hmm.
He should have been a side character.
So, do you think that Jan and Nikolai should have been the other party members then, and not having gone the way they did?
No, I like the way that you did that. I think we would have met Magnolia the same way. I think I don't want to say ring a bell again. This game is really lacking him though. Like, well, technically.
I spoiled some things, so
Okay.
He's in the game.
Okay. But not as much as we'd like. So I think if he met a character like him early on, maybe in the Force, maybe that Night Kid that they were clearly teasing.
Oh, Rovio or something.
Yeah, make him a girl. Have him with the Night Asterix, or yeah. And then we get that, and we get a new party member. Make her Ravia or something. I don't care. And then she can be like the girl version of Ring a Bell. I guess technically Magnolia is that, but only for you. It would have been. There's no tension because Adia has a love interest, so Magnolia being jealous of her doesn't make any sense. Even if Adia's really, really dumb and still apparently doesn't realize Ring a Bell was. I can't remember his real name.
Alternus?
Alternus, yeah, Alternus did. How did I forget that? No, I just.
No, man, that's such an awesome.
And then we have Tiz as the connection to the last game.
Tiz and Anyas.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's playable. It's playable.
Yeah, yeah. And then we're good to go. That's my only issue with the party composition. I like the betrayal thing, especially if you play the demo, because you don't see that shit coming.
No, definitely not.
I'm like, no, not these two.
Yeah, I was wondering when their jobs and stuff were maxed out at the beginning of the game. And
I'm like, they don't grow in well, that really ruined it for me. I'm like, they don't grow in level. Oh, no.
It's like, you're not keeping them, but I wonder why you're not keeping them.
Yeah, and it's not like you can power level at that point in the game, so it's not like it would have given anything away.
Well, they would have been stuck as freelancers. But yeah.
True.
If the second they changed their outfits, you'd kind of get
now,
especially Nikolai's outfit.
Yeah. Do you think you should have started with an asterisk? Or an asterisk? Yeah, asterisk.
Well, I think the last game you were all freelancers to start with, right?
Yeah, but who cares? Freelancer is the default job, but...
A bravely default job?
Yeah.
Oh.
Their level 11 skill is crazy, by the way.
I didn't read it, but I do know about level 11s existing.
It's, you know how they get that boost, that buff, for the number of jobs you max out? This one is 1% for each job, so it's 30% stat. 2 slots, though. Still pretty nuts. Like, he could have had, like, Scholar or something.
Yeah.
Not a really good attacking class, but it would have been neat.
I'm surprised since he identifies as a knight, he didn't have the knight asterisk.
I can see, well, because of the way they did it, yeah, I think it would have made more sense, especially if they didn't have the old characters as bosses. Then, yeah, I could see him with a knight.
Jan would have been the sword master, and Nikolai would have been probably white mage.
Yeah, I like that they had their own classes, but that's why it bugs me that you didn't. Especially because he's the leader of their of the most important group in the papacy, apparently.
Yes. I'm probably wondering where he is during the entire game, mostly.
Yeah.
Like, here I am off in Eisenberg, which, when they called it Eisen at first, I kept thinking about Bleach. All according to plan. But, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. I think, yeah, if they would have given him a scholar class, it would have been much better. Like, it doesn't even have to be, like, attacking. It just could have been reflecting his character. And scholars get, like, damage bonuses for studying monsters,
Right.
things like that.
How do you feel about, and I know about most of the brand new jobs, well, how do you feel about these new jobs?
I love most of them.
I think the wizard is fantastic.
Here's the thing: spellcraft should have just been tossed onto
Black mage and red mage.
yeah, because you don't use the bishop class at all. It's worthless. And then wizard, really, especially the character who introduces wizard, isn't even a wizard.
No, she's not.
Like, there's some weird naming conventions in this game. And spellcraft is neat, and I used it a lot. But the actual class is terrible. Why didn't it have black and white magic, like red mage? It didn't have to be a skill, it could just be an inherent class ability. Learning how to use wall is amazing. If you can get that right, it completely destroys enemies.
I like blast as well.
Blast is nice.
I saw in a guy's combo video, he was taking on a level 99 ball and with abusing the yokai class, and there's like blast revivals that you can do.
Oh yeah. I use Mist Revival. I max out my white mage and I do Curaga Mist and Phoenix. Well, not Phoenix Mist, but yeah, Ray's Mist, and it's pretty neat.
I know mentioning the yokai class is a bit premature because that's like one of the last jobs you get.
Yeah, I'll put a spoiler warning before the episode.
Yeah, but this guy, thanks to the setups you do, and that's one of the beautiful things I like in this game is you can still mix and match to try and break the game's engine. Like in the first game, like either Valkyries or the Silence strategy. In this one, the yokai, if you do it correctly, against that ball, it kept getting echo off. So in one turn, it was able to deal about 497,000 damage.
Oh wow! Yeah, I've got some insane numbers from the random friend thing.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that you have to have Bravely Second in effect to make you go over the damage cap, though.
Yeah, they still make you pay for it, or wait 8 hours. I'm like, I'm never gonna pay for it. Why do you even put that in there?
I'm rebuilding the moon, so I get those points get them back pretty fast.
Yeah, it was shocking to me how many people had the moon completely rebuilt. I'm like, wow, I barely had anything, but I didn't get any villagers from the demo.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that. I thought we'd get at least a few.
I got one. You have to street pass with people. I'm like, well, again, not Japan, guys. 5 every day for friends. Yeah, that's fine. The reset time is weird. Like,
right. But to mention other jobs, though, I haven't tried the Catmancer yet.
well, you know what? The guide stuff actually tells you where to find the enemies for it.
Uh-huh.
So that's nice. You still need the
food.
Yeah, that you have to buy it. It's
a moon thing.
That and Patissier are really money-intensive classes.
So each time I want to use a cat move, I have to use food, period.
Yeah, and you have to give them a treat. And I didn't really play around much with it. I was going to do it with the kid, Revenant. His ability. I can't remember. He possesses people, so you can possess enemies and force them to cast. But
I love the Fencer.
yeah, Fencer is. Well, here's the thing: Fencer is worthless once you get Pirate. Because what you do is you set 3 pirates, make sure their MP is enough to do 2 full strikes or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And then you make sure your cross draw with them is Shaman, I want to say. Because they have an ability. First, they can charge your weapon elementally, so you're always set for weakness. And their other ability lets you hit through defense.
Oh, Scale Strip.
Yeah. Oh, that's Pirate. That's right. No. It's a permanent buff, not like scale strip.
Oh.
So it ignores defense completely. So your whole team, if you with a turn of setup, can hit for 999 as many times as possible. And then if you have like the chariot abilities that do crazy stuff like let you attack 4 times in a row.
Yeah, that was a job I was going to mention next. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
It's worthless as a job, but the quad wheel and stuff, quad wield is amazing.
Yeah.
You have to use ninja though to get the dual wield so that you don't lose weapon power. But once you do that, you're good to go.
Now that was a job I loved in the first game too, was ninja.
Yeah.
That's how I took down those elemental dragons.
Yeah, that's what you did. What was it? Ninja, the dodge.
Yeah, shoot to 10.
Dodge counter, yeah.
Yeah. And turntables.
Yeah.
You took from Red Mage's skills, yeah.
That's all you needed to do.
All you freaking needed to do.
They nerfed that, so.
I had a bad feeling they did.
Well, that's why they removed the vampire and other summoner class.
Oh, Blue Mage class is gone?
Well, that's Catmancer now.
Oh, right.
So yeah, there's a cost to the abilities, and you have to use the cat.
Oh, I felt like Adia when we killed the Catmancer. I had enough of the cat puns.
Oh my god! When you get to the twist, you don't kill them. You fix their lives for the better. And I'm like, no, we can still kill her.
What do we do? Make her a dog person?
She has a really creepy relationship with the Kaiser. I don't need that shit in my life.
Is the Kaiser sounds a lot like somebody from Kill la Kill.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the dub yet. He probably is though.
I think he's the teacher. I think
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Have you guessed who he is yet?
Your father.
Close. Very close.
Don't tell me that. I want to not be a spoiler for myself.
They telegraph it pretty early. When you're pretty close to it. Have you met the Fox Princess yet?
Yoko?
Yeah.
On the party, so.
Okay, you'll find out very soon. They're not very subtle about it.
When we're walking around with her in the cutscenes, I'm like, "There's 5 of us. This is wrong."
I thought she was going to be a new class or something. I was really disappointed.
Oh, yeah. I haven't gotten that far, so I know.
Well, I mean, if you get an NPC,
yeah, and she's not playing.
Who's dressed like she's dressed, you're like, okay, we're going to fight her and get an asterisk.
Yeah.
But no. Well, not initially anyway. But
yeah,
I guess the last job kind of gives away.
Mm.
But no, it just
though with Yoko in the party, I love this could be another like good talking point is I like the humor in this game a lot.
Yeah.
It seems like it's more humorous than Default was. And they're having a lot of fun with
a lot of the humor is because you is an idiot.
Yes.
He's a nerd and an idiot. Unlike Tiz, he was just an idiot.
Yeah. And them playing off of you and Magnolia so much. I mean, I normally like things being built up over the game, but holy crap, is Magnolia it's like love at first sight here.
Well, it's not first sight for her.
Mm. Oh, yeah, because of the demo.
Yeah, she remembers, they don't. And I'm like, just tell him. Because he sort of remembered. I thought that was so sad. I'm like, oh no. I like the little Japan city that's just there. Did you get to Unohana yet?
No.
They mentioned that there was a continent that sank.
Huh.
That would explain some things. The ball system is a little weird. You don't get to upgrade your ship until you're done with the town. You get any ships yet from friends?
Yeah, actually.
That's good.
I'll add to upgrade them until the moon's finished.
As far as I can tell, I haven't been able to.
You've tried tapping on them, right?
I have not. I probably should.
I tapped on one just now when I tried to fight a ball, and it was like hours until.
Well, the other thing with those ships is they don't get damaged. So, yeah, the more you put on a ball, you can get it to level 1, and there's no penalty for experience or anything.
That.
It's also good if you want to steal stat buns.
Ah, yes. I didn't. I took Red Mage, so I didn't get Thief yet.
Yeah, I mean that's not a hard choice. And then people are like, "Oh, you should have taken Thief." I'm like, "No, I need Red Mage because I don't have any spell classes, and I need a healer."
Plus, when you fight that twin-headed snake monster, oh my god, you need
That-
magic.
You do, and
Physical, yeah.
you need to
Keep
use
track.
that stupid freelancer ability to make sure you know which one is which.
Yeah, the examine ability.
Yeah. You examine one before they flip and try to remember which one it is.
I kept my eye on which one had brave points.
Mm.
Like when I would lop off one of the heads, it was the physical one first, because my party at the time was you being the wizard, Adia being the charioteer,
Oh, hey, that's what I did.
Adia being the red mage, and Tiz being the fencer.
I definitely had charioteer, fencer. I didn't have Valkyrie yet. I forget. Magnolia was a physical too. So Yu is basically there by himself. He has the highest intelligence of the group, so
That fits.
so it's basically I debuffed the snake that was physical,
Mm-hmm.
and I used examine, and I just tried to keep that one debuffed and keep track of where it was. It actually it killed it in about 4 turns, so that wasn't too bad. That's one of the more annoying bosses, though,
Yeah,
especially so early on.
I was wondering why. Why are they switching around? It's like, are they playing off hoping that people don't use examine on it? And then I was like, oh.
What's weird is there's not many more bosses like that.
Huh.
It's all his soldiers for the most part.
Did
For
you
the first half of the game.
Did you read the journal entry on what that thing actually is?
No. What is it?
It's people.
Oh, God.
People that were exposed to like this energy or something, and they mutated.
Ugh.
They were a pair of like siblings.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
Talk about a Pokedex entry.
Right? Oh. And I knew it was going to be one of those bosses where if I don't kill like both heads at once or something.
Yeah, it'll regenerate, yeah.
I was kind of fearing it was going to be like Hydra syndrome where it's like, oh,
The way they use brave points, though, as long as you keep track of the heads and attack them equally, you'll have a turn or two before they can regen.
Right. I couldn't figure out for the longest time. Like, I didn't pay attention to the one, like, the entry when it said this one's weak to magic. I only paid attention to this one's weak to physical.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that means you're just going to take more damage if I hit
Nope.
you. No, it's a heal otherwise.
Like, you jerks.
I used a special physical move, and I ended up killing the physical head first by accident, so.
And you don't get the ability that lets your magic attacks count as physical damage.
Hammer.
Well, there's hammer, but I think there's an actual... I forget. I think there's an ability later on that lets you...
I was doing, like, blast and everything until I finally figured it out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, do not hit this one.
Yeah.
I thought for a second maybe, once you lopped off a head or something, you had turns where the other head would actually, like, suck up damage, like, as health to bring back maybe the other head, and I just had to get past the cap of how many times it did that. It's like...
That would have been... I don't know. That would have been like
insane.
Ugh. That would have been way unfair.
Especially because it is, Chapter 1's boss.
Yeah.
Oh, but and so many antidotes I had to use. Stupid poison. I had the accessories for like. I don't
That's
think
why I had a Suna Mist.
Mm,
That's right.
I didn't think of doing that.
Yeah.
Damn it. I just did halvesies on antidotes.
Yeah. That's how you grind and grab keep later.
I gave
Take that mission immediately. It's actually a good way to get over leveled, so you don't have to worry about any unexpected surprises later.
So when I'm playing this game, I don't know if you did the same thing too. I mean, when you played this one, did you experiment more with classes that you didn't do so much in the first one?
Well, whenever I got a new class, I would use that above any of the other ones. I definitely, because my bread and butter in the last game was like Valkyrie and Ninja.
Right.
And then you would do Sword Master skills and things like that. Yeah, I had more fun playing with the new classes than just having the old standbys there.
Yeah, I feel like that's it's something I like to do with the Pokemon games too. Is like,
Yeah.
I know there's bread and butter Pokemon, but pay attention. Like, try to use ones that you don't use so much. And
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah. A lot of it is like, I couldn't wait to get Ninja, and then I got Dual Wield, and I'm like, well, I don't need this anymore. And I haven't used Ninja since.
And I ended up picking some Mephilia to fight her instead of
Yeah.
Sword Master. So, because I loved the Sword Master in the first game,
Yeah.
but I wanted to try something different in this game. But I
Summon Mist, Mark. Summon Mist.
have.
Summon Wall's funny, too.
I got the first two summons so far. I had forgotten that all you have to do is endure the summon. Like,
yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
They give you the elemental invulnerability items fairly early, too. I got the shield for fire, the shield for dark. The fire ice shield, yeah. So it's pretty easy to get them. They're just in weird places.
I just tanked the first.
Yeah, so did I. It was so easy. Like, again, if you power level a few times, they're ridiculously low.
Yeah.
I haven't found all of them yet, though.
Yeah. I'm glad the entries are in the journal where they are.
Yeah.
Plus, I knew repetition was going to be in this game when I was exploring dungeons, and I saw the blue chest again.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
It's like, oh, we're going to do this again, where I have to get the key.
You get that key almost immediately once you get past the twist.
Okay.
So it isn't as bad. And they want you to go through and get all the other job skills.
Right.
So you'll get all those chests in due course.
Like, I'm definitely looking forward to using the cowboy. That.
Oh, the shaman. Yeah, that makes more sense as a shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the edits I don't agree with. Because Amy is funny as a cowgirl.
Right.
But her backstory doesn't make sense. If she
is one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she grew up alone in the woods, which would imply she's part of an indigenous people. Yeah.
Well, they almost, by trying to make it like her growing up in the woods too, you almost seem like she could be hunter class too.
Well, no, because she's more in tune with nature.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, she does something insane. Did she snipe the dude yet from halfway across the planet?
If you're talking about you when he tried to get at the Skyhold from Campus, yes.
Oh, you didn't.
Or she shot Goodman, but that wasn't from across the planet. That was just she shot you from across an ocean.
Yeah.
Goodman was.
Yeah, you're right.
Way.
Yeah, I got that mixed up. But yeah, that's neat. I get the Native American thing was a bad idea, but maybe just get rid of the feather headdress. No one's gonna miss that.
They could have called her a naturalist or something.
Well, I think shaman works if she grew up in nature and her whole power set revolves around, like, understanding wind and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not that huge of a deal.
Yeah.
And her relationship with the Patissier guy is.
Yeah, I've only listened to that one bit of dialogue from him when they try to get some pastries from him at the festival, and he's all sold out. He definitely seems like he's gonna be. I want to see more from like this guy, and
well, you'll fight him fairly soon, and then.
Yeah, I kind of wish that it didn't make it so obvious that he is like Amy's sweetheart, aside from showing it like in cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah.
But the fact
Well, he doesn't seem to think so, but he's just you'll see once you kill Amy.
yeah, she's all infatuated with his pancake. So
Well, I like the fact that that's one of the first like sweets she ever had, and he met her in the woods and she was starving, and he gave her food, and so she has like a genuine affection for him, and he's just this like Fraser Crane type that can't really admit that. They have a cute relationship. I felt bad.
Sherry Niles.
Oh, honestly, Kaiser.
When you sit around your skyhole, So, how do you feel about Chomcraft?
It's fine. It's worthless until after the twist.
And you get to where you can redeem it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got about 25 million Chomp points ready to go.
Once you upgrade all the skills and you upgrade the snack time,
it becomes a joke once you've leveled up everything, because then
it's just a way to get money in the end game, but
yeah,
you don't need it. Like I said, once you find your power level spot, you're done. Like,
which the whole chain stuff is fantastic in this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Except for job points, which are capped at 999 for no reason for the entire game. Not like there's 30 jobs or anything.
Maybe you have to hit Bravely second.
I wish.
You're right.
No, because I thought maybe after the twist it would go up. No. You can do 99 battles in a row, which is possible with Red Mage and Hunter. Because you can go Berserk, status effect, get your Brave points, blah, blah, blah. And it's just ridiculous. You cap at 999. You can have absurd amounts of golden experience. Like, once I got to the second half of the game, I power leveled up to like 80. And I still only had like 4 jobs maxed out for each character because it takes forever. It's just really dumb.
You know, it'd been awesome if they could have gotten an amiibo series for this game for all the asterisk holders, and tapping them would give you.
The only reason I think it didn't is because Square Enix publishes the game in Japan, but Nintendo published it here.
So both sides would have to get it.
Yeah, they'd have to work out a deal together, and they probably are. Like, I would be shocked if we don't see some Dragon Quest amiibo for NX, but
I would have to get an Alternus amiibo.
Yeah.
Like Bravely and like.
I don't think we get the whole team. I think they do the 4 main characters.
And maybe when you tap one of the 4 main characters, you get job points either across the board or on a random job.
Well, like if they do, Second was in development for like 4 years. So, I think part of it is they just didn't have time. Also, yeah, I think 30 amiibo probably would have done really well in Japan. I don't think we would have ever seen them over here. I think amiibo cards would work better for it.
Okay.
It'd be a better way to keep track of things. You can do 30 of those really easy.
Well, there were cards for Bravely Default.
Yeah, those were AR cards, though.
Well, yeah. Just the fact that they've done cards with the series before, so too unprecedented.
Well, I mean, but they could sell these. I think the problem is it's still kind of a niche title. But it sells really well.
Yeah.
Like for an RPG. And we just saw what happened with Fire Emblem.
Right.
So maybe let's cross our fingers.
This series takes off. Imagine Ring a Bell being in Smash Brothers or something.
Did you figure out what the letters they added to Enlair were?
Not yet. I didn't even know that.
I'll give you a hint. They're right in front of you.
Computer.
Well, on the screen in battle. You'll see.
Yeah.
So I think let's do overall. Would you recommend this game for people?
Yeah, I'd definitely say so. If you're an RPG fan, definitely. I I don't think you need to rely on playing the first one too much. They do a
Oh no, they cover everything. You're fine.
they recap it. But if you want to get a good sense of the battle system, I guess ahead of time. I mean, even though it's the same.
No, I mean they alter enough of it that I think.
Yeah. If you play the second one and you like its story a lot, definitely go back and play the first one so you can actually experience all the stuff that they don't cover.
Yeah.
Because you get all the side questy stuff and little side scenes. Like, I enjoyed the scene where you and Magnolia Umbrella and stuff and Edea kicked the crap out of Tiz for being stupid.
Yeah.
So.
I like,
yeah.
I hate that twist of fate dialogue.
Mm.
This person was a boss in the last game. What twist of fate? The story you've just been listening to for 5 minutes brings it back. Maybe it has something to do with the series events in this quest I'm in.
Yeah. But I'd say if you're an RPG fan, and all that, definitely the odds are you've heard of it already, so definitely pick it up.
I'm in the same camp. My only big complaint is music in this game, terrible.
Not as good. Definitely not.
Not terrible. I shouldn't be that jerky, but they don't even reuse the good themes for the 2 characters that come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Adea's was called what? Bluebird or Brave Bird?
Baby Bird or something.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's bad enough Ringabells isn't in it because he's not on your team. Look, he isn't on your team. No, they don't reuse any of their music. So I know for a fact, even if he is there, he isn't technically.
I like the the wacky music that plays when it's snack time.
Yeah.
That's okay, but it needs to be in low doses. When I started seeing it show up in some of the goofier scenes, it's like, okay. Just
next game, bring back the composer from Bravely Default. I miss her.
It was Shimomura, right?
Maybe.
I like when you fight the old job classes, you get the original boss music. The track and that person's name is. This new one's okay.
That's why it's bugging me that they didn't reuse more music. Maybe they just thought it would be weird? But I could live with that sax riff when I use a special attack, because you and Magnolia's music is terrible.
It always jarred me. It jars me always, because you see it in the first game and you see it with this one too. The complete CG cutscenes. It's like, holy crap, this is what they really look like.
Yeah, they play the same one after every chapter.
Yeah.
It's an anime or something. I think this game was going to be on phones at some point.
I have a feeling. The subject of it, an anime and stuff, I wouldn't mind it being one.
I would pay, hear that square, I would pay $40 for a 26-episode season 1 of Bravely Default, and I would pay $20 for a 13-episode season of Bravely Second.
They're doing anime for 15, so
that bugs me so much. They're gonna ignore Bravely Second, or Bravely, I guess we should call it.
Yeah, Bravely works.
Until after Final Fantasy 15 flops. It's not going to make the amount of money they hope it does. I'm like, well, why don't you push new series like this? People don't want.
Anyway.
That's an argument for another time.
Get the game if you're an RPG fan. It's good. It's not perfect. It's a pretty good sequel so far. So.
Yeah. It's worth it. There's not going to be an eShop sale because it's Nintendo published. Physical copies are going to be hard to find, so if you're that type of collector, I would get it now rather than later.
And if you're not sure, look up the price of the collector's edition of the first game.
Yes. But yeah, good game. I think we both agree. And
maybe we'll do another one of these once I've finished the game.
Yeah. So. And with that, we're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, Starfox Zero Talk. Welcome back. We had a very long discussion on break. Look forward to that, guys. Now we're going to start talking about Starfox Zero. And right off the bat, I'm going to say buy this game because Crystal isn't in it. And we're all free of the National Nightmare.
How do you know she's not in it?
I looked. Because they went to Soria in the anime, and they didn't come back with their lady.
Well, I guess we should do the anime special first because it takes part of the game.
It's literally the opening cinematic to the game if they decided to put that in.
If they wanted to, yeah.
I think that would have been cute.
Yeah. Or at least it could have been unlockable, but it's not.
Yeah. It's a cute little 10 minutes, I want to say.
10, 12-ish, I thought, yeah.
Basically, it sets up the team, sets up how the motion aiming works in the universe.
Well, because they're actually piloting freaking planes.
Yeah. So, apparently it also explains what those damn scouters they had in Smash Brothers were. Basically, their cannons follow their eye movement now. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
The Starfox team is a bunch of slobs.
Well, yeah.
And Peppy...
His age fluctuates so much, it's funny.
Well, I never thought he was an invalid because he's as old as Fox's dad, and Fox is only like 20-something. So Peppy can't be more than like 47 or so.
Right.
I don't know. They make him like geriatric in the old timeline.
Yeah, in Assault, holy crap.
Like, okay, Assault wasn't that long.
And Adventures, I know it's probably because of his voice actor, but holy crap.
I like when Peppy's like a middle-aged dude. That's where he goes. And Pigma was still flying, and Pigma is the same age. So none of that made sense.
Yeah.
So we're back to the core group.
Crystal's probably not in the game because it's like I know they're rewriting everything. But
Miyamoto does not like anything that happened.
Even though it's his freaking idea.
No, you know what?
In Adventures.
I respect what he wanted actually to happen. Is a Star Fox game where sometimes it played like Sin and Punishment. Which wouldn't have been as bad. Can you imagine levels like that instead? I can, and I'm very excited. And that's why Treasure should have made the game, but we'll never have that. But they had a game ready to go. And near as I can tell, Nintendo did not like Vanilla Dinosaur Planet. So they're like, make it Star Fox. I think even they could tell that the mascot platformer was kind of coming to an end.
He looks a lot like Fox.
He's a cat, though. We don't care. Rare. We're going to sell you in a year. Let's make him fuzzy.
Alright, everybody. We got a Star Fox game.
Let's rip apart our baby.
Yeah.
Or Rare. Knowing that started a horrible trend. And Command was a good game on a technical level, but not good on the story level.
Not good story at all.
Like, I get so many people complaining about rebooting this. I'm like, they had to.
Yeah, it has to be a A to B story now.
Yeah. Like,
you can't
like, oh, Andros again. Who cares? You don't complain this much when Bowser comes up with Ganon.
Right.
Like, it's always going to be Andros in one way or another.
Well, yeah, except for Assault, but yeah.
No, even then it was Andros. He made the fish people.
He didn't make the Aperoids.
No, in Assault. No, you're right. Though there's implications that they were involved with him. How else would they know about James?
They scan your memories.
But Fox was never infected.
I don't know, he's Super Saiyan or something. Who knows? But yeah, the anime special was good. The mouths could have been a smidgen better, but
yeah.
Either way, it did its job.
It was cute, and I hope we get a Star Fox show someday. Puppet or animation. Or both. Ooh.
The puppet commercials
The puppet introduces the show. The show is a cartoon. That'd be amazing. They are getting some mileage out of those puppets, because you'll notice there was not a Slippy puppet made.
Yeah, did you see that commercial, though, where like they all try the new features and Slippy's just uses the gyro wing to try to crash through a shield.
Oh, slip.
Don't worry, buddy. You'll get it.
Like, we only paid Henson for 3 puppets, so we can't show you in this commercial.
Or hear his audio at all.
It's kind of sad they didn't have a 4th guy. And it could have been Bill. Bill Trinan.
Yeah, I wish Bill would have voiced Bill Trinan. Or Bill Trinan would have voiced Bill, but they got the original guy back, so.
They got most of the original people. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think they got them all back for Starfox 3D, right? But they sound so much better here.
I've heard varying stories on that. Either they did or they didn't care. It's weird. It's hard to find any evidence one way or another.
Yeah, you'd have to look up the credits and stuff just to be sure. But they definitely got Fox and Falco up for sure. And Fox,
they say they're the same ones from Brawl and Smash for Wii U, but I don't think that's true.
Yeah, if that's the case, they definitely fixed him from Smash 4.
Yeah. Falco's, personally, I prefer the air. That was fine, and then for some reason, he was so weird in Smash 4. Like he didn't have an accent. He sounded like Urkel almost. He's like, personally, I prefer the air. I can't. It's so weird.
He says that line in this game.
That's fine. Well, yeah, he says it in Aquas in the first game.
He says it in Titania in this one. There is no Aquas, unfortunately. Or fortunately to a lot of people.
Really? I heard there was a water level now.
Well, no, you're not underwater for anything.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Zonus has a lot of water, but that's your stealth level. Or your speedrun level. Do you take the secret warp or not?
Yeah, I like that little change they made.
Mm-hmm.
Kat shows up?
She is. She's in, let's see, she's in Zonus. The one path of Zonus.
Zonus and Sector Z?
There's no actual Sector Z in this game, but there's a level that plays a lot like it.
Yeah.
There's a couple levels in this game where you defend the Great Fox, like through meteors and from drones and stuff. No actual missiles go for it.
Huh.
Missiles that you destroy in this game, you have to protect a warp gate. And it's kind of like the stage from, like they lifted that from Assault, that stage where you have to destroy the missiles, but it's not to that, definitely not to that scale, that's for sure. Let's see, Kat, she shows up in fighting Reunited with a Friend level. You get Bill and Kat in that level. And
yay! Ult Team Starfox.
Everybody shows up on that level.
Good.
And Kat also will show up in Fortuna. So in one playthrough, yeah, you get all the companions pretty
That's
easily.
neat. So what about Star Wolf?
As a collective unit, they show up. Let's see.
Is Leon British?
Yeah, he's British again.
Thank God.
Yeah,
he's not on the cocaine yet.
No, he's not on the coke. He's fixed. They fixed Leon, everybody.
Good.
All 4 Star Wolf members are in Venom. That's to be expected.
Yes.
And the Reunited with a Friend level. Though technically you get everybody but Wolf is phase 1, and if you start taking too long or shoot down all 3, then Wolf shows up.
Okay. Now this is important, and I need to get this for our listeners. Wolf isn't a father figure to anyone in this game, correct?
No.
Thank God.
Oh, like Assault where he kept...
Yeah. Hey, pup.
Oh no, he's purely out to be a thorn in their side.
Thank God. I
And
don't need
Wolf
that
knows...
conceptive hero crap.
Wolf knows James, too.
That makes sense.
And he even says, when you fight him one-on-one, I haven't had this much fun since I fought your father.
That's fine. If he's in it to kill his rival's son because he needs a challenge, that's Wolf O'Donnell, not...
Yeah.
I guess I grudgingly respect you. I'm a war criminal, by the way. But no one seems to care.
Nah, he doesn't dole out any advice or anything. He's...
By the way, the Wolfen gets the most cool transformation.
Yes, the quadrupedal assault.
the shit, guys?
Yeah, they get a wolf, you get a chicken.
Cornerian defense systems.
Chicken, it's fine.
Slippy's dad designed the R-Wings, so that explains some things.
Just a bit. On their own, though, Star Wolf, they like to sneak like one member at a time at you
Yeah,
at certain points.
that's neat.
Keeping tabs on the Star Wolf members is how a fair amount of extra levels get unlocked in this game. For example, if you're going to Fortuna and you're proceeding with the mission, like Wolf will show up, and if you keep the targeting mode on him, like the ZL button, not the motion control tab, just ZL him. If you hold it on him for a minute, he'll actually say something like, "Come on, let's go," and he'll fly off into like out away from the planet, and you'll actually chase after him. That's how you get the Hunter stage, where you fight him one-on-one.
Oh, that's neat.
Pigma, you can lock on him too, and he'll not warp you, but you'll chase after him, and that's when you fight him and Andrew and stuff. So that's kind of where I'm disappointed a bit in this game, is unlocking some of the extra routes. Doesn't feel as fun as it did in 64.
Yeah, I heard there's a lot of different ways to do it, and some of them are a little annoying.
Like,
yeah, from what you're saying, it doesn't seem like this
those
is natural.
Yeah, those don't. Yeah. Like in the first game, everybody knows how to do hard route in Corneria.
Yeah.
Here in Corneria, all you gotta do is, well, there's technically 2 secret exits.
They'll go through the rings and
The arches?
yeah.
There aren't any arches. What you do is, when you're proceeding to a certain point, you're going to see one of the Cornerian forces have a shuttle going up, and they say they're going to head along the coastline. If you have to be in walker form, you have to step on a switch, and that takes you to a tunnel that you fly through, and that takes you to the coast.
Huh.
That takes you to the different route. But the first boss you get, if you don't take that route, if you destroy it the normal way, you can go one way, but if you destroy it the special way, you go a different. So,
that's weird.
I mean, that's unique. Unlocking the best extra level in the game, though, you go to Titania, where Peppy is the one that gets shot down for a change. Finally, Slippy.
I like that change.
You'll see, you can't get this on the first try because you need the Grab Master.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is see the warp gate and like use the hover ability close to it. And all of a sudden, Peppy's R-Wing will show up and say, "Fox, you came to rescue me. Now let's get out of here." And you guys go through the gate.
Huh.
Otherwise, if you hadn't done that, Peppy would still been in the sand pit where you have to take the worm. So that's kind of weird how they juxtaposition those. But yes, that unlocks the best level in the game, Jason. You know the video you sent me. That's right. The one where you just play as Peppy.
Yes.
And shoot down an Imperial Star.
Barrel roll.
Yes, he says it. Every time he barrel rolls, he will say it.
I love it.
I tried to look through cockpit mode. Like, oh my god. with that stage.
Yeah.
Like,
I can imagine where that would be vomit-inducing almost.
But yeah, some of the warp points, it's like, okay, that's neat. Some of them don't feel very inspired. Like, in Sector, you had to shoot down a certain amount of enemies and keep your teammates alive.
Mm.
In Macbeth, you had to shoot switches and derail the train.
Well, I think Macbeth is a special case. I don't think we'll ever see something of that caliber again.
Macbeth is my favorite stage.
It is such a well-designed level.
And Area 6, too. I love those stages so much. When I got 500 hits on Area 6 the first time, I was like, this is amazing.
So, we're running a little long. Let's get to the elephant in the room, the controls.
Okay. There.
Oh, I figured.
I mean...
Oh, that's it for this week. No.
All right. Well, what... They take time.
Okay. So, I've heard from a few sources, the easiest thing to do is play it like a normal Starfox game, turn off motion control unless you lock on, and when you need to lock on, that's when you use the motion aiming for specific enemies and stuff. Would that be accurate?
I mean, yeah, but if you're looking to get gold medals and stuff, you need to lock on because lock-on bonuses are pretty crucial.
Oh yeah.
And I think with some of the bosses, when you destroy certain parts of them, though, they give you better hit bonuses than you would do it the other way. For example, the attack carrier comes back.
Okay.
And if you try to destroy it the normal way, I think you get less hits than when you destroy its support structures.
Huh.
So,
Makes sense.
I mean, you can line yourself up like you would normally in the game to blow those away, but the motion controls make that considerably easier.
Okay.
You can, thanks to the gamepad view, when you get like cinematics of stuff like Starwolf and company entering, you can almost take about half their health away before you get control of.
Yeah, I heard that if you're good, you can kill like 2 or 3 Starwolf before the actual cinema ends.
Yeah. Now, I won't defend them 100%. The motion control, the walker is pretty uncomfortable. Thanks to all the aiming and recalibrating. And trying to do barrel rolls as a walker is a bit ugh.
No, I heard it's the left stick. Do you think they should have made shooting a trigger and barrel roll another trigger?
Yes, I would love barrel rolling to be another button or trigger and not moving the stick.
I mean, there's 4 of them on the frickin' pad. It's not like they couldn't have done LR triggers as barrel roll and just shooting as the bumper.
It's when I play, it's like I want to do barrel rolls, but I hate moving the stick to do it.
Yeah, double tapping is.
And I would love to assign smart bombs to an actual button proper. Because there are so many times I fired smart bombs by accident because I've pressed the right stick in by like trying
by
to
accident. Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
that's just unintuitive. I think they had issues with the controls in this game, and that's fine. But
when you get them to work, the game feels fantastic. Like you really do feel like you are doing it, and when you see your scores getting amazing as a result of it, because there's just so many, there's enemies and such that you really can't get a good beat on when you're just using the TV. Like you can actually lock on to some that you'd have no real business hitting.
Yeah.
If you were trying to play 64.
So, do you think a Wii remote and nunchuck could replicate this? Assuming that, like, if you needed cockpit view for anything, you could hit 1 or 2. Let's say, for the sake of argument, shoot is trigger, transform is C, and then barrel roll is Z on the nunchuck.
Huh.
Then B would be your smart bomb.
I think I'd more go for a pro controller for this thing, no matter what.
Yeah, I can see that. But let's just argue that they want motion controls in some way. And they want this pinpoint aiming.
I mean, I get pinpoint aiming. That's fine.
The D-pad would be your maneuvers still, but they want to be locked to...
Yeah,
I guess I'm basically just saying Sin and Punishment's control scheme.
I did all my somersaults with buttons. I never did stick stuff. And
I think the stick is fine for like somersault and U-turn.
Well, you have to tap them both down for U-turn.
Yeah. Well, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Up for somersault, down for U-turn. Boom.
Yeah. So the controls, they're not perfect. You do have to take some time in to get them, but when you get them to work, they do feel good. And there's just some folks where, okay, the game's really short. By the time I've gotten down to the controls, I'm done.
Yeah.
And, I mean, another criticism of the game is there's not much extra content here at all.
Well, I mean, Starfox 64 didn't have a lot of extra content either.
Well, expert mode.
Well, yeah.
That was fantastic.
Well, have you collected all the medals yet?
Well, no, but I know what they get you.
Oh.
Which is disappointing.
What is it?
You get the 64 ship and the Falco Amiibo R-Wing, like, free. You don't need to do the...
That's dumb.
Yeah. And it's just for tutorial extra missions, like, for controls, like, you get, like, a Walker special mission where you collect medals and stuff, and the gyro wing and stuff like that. It's, like, Yeah, you get sound tested by beating the arcade mode just once.
Huh. Interesting.
No concept art. There's no expert mode, so if you want expert mode, you just tap in the Falco amiibo and get your, or get the red and black R-wing, where you take more damage, but you deal out more damage. But if you're that good, then you aren't.
Yeah, you get double lock on, don't you?
I don't know, but the Landmaster can let you lock on 3 times.
Okay.
Another big elephant in the room of the game is the gyro wing. The direct eye is neat, but the gyro wing is the slowest vehicle, and it definitely seems out of place in the game. Like, Zonus being the stealth level, it's like, you almost compare it to the land levels from, like, Assault, where you're on foot.
Well, I appreciate them trying something new with that. And stealth levels in an arcade shooter are a novelty.
It's probably going to be the equivalent of the Blue Marine, so you're never going to see this thing again.
Oh, doubtful. Though that's the only one they can make a toy of. Overall, would you recommend it?
If you're a Starfox fan, definitely. Definitely rent it just to see like how you take to the controls personally and play it. I mean, even if you aren't cozy with the controls, there are a few levels you can get away with not using the motion controls.
Yeah, I've heard you can pretty much aim and shoot like a normal Starfox 90% of the time.
Yeah.
If you don't care about medals, then it seems like there's no reason to.
If you just want to play through the game, see this rebooted story, or see it for the first time, I mean, it doesn't deviate that far from what 64 did in terms of story. You still go get Andros. James is alive all of a sudden. He comes back with you. No.
That's fine.
The Wolf is still the bad guy. There's no new characters. Cat and Bill are still there from before, so
that's fine.
It's a reboot of the series, so
now there's one more thing I want to ask about, and do you agree with the reviews that say that being too much like 64 is a bad thing? Like, a lot of the lowest scored reviews, except Polygon, who didn't even
finish the game.
Yeah, screw them. They're a joke. Be an actual journalist, not a petulant little baby. They say it's too much like 64. And now, to me, as a Starfox fan, that's what I've wanted.
Yeah, I think the problem was that Starfox 64 3D came out. And then it's like folks keep thinking, oh, all they can do is 64 right now, and they don't.
That's all I wanted to do.
Well,
give me new story, new levels. You can throw in some vehicles.
I mean, Fortuna looks amazing in this game. And despite the translation errors, the Fortuna of this game beats the stuffing out of the Fortuna / Ficina that we've seen.
You mean the big blue plane with a pyramid in the middle? How can you top that?
Again, Ficina is the Fortuna of 64.
Yes.
And Katna. Katna is the one with the pyramid. Katna is not in this. No, the Fortuna is the Xenoblade stage.
Oh, okay.
It is fantastic.
Okay.
The bosses are different enough, and like I don't think there, aside from the attack carrier and Andros and Starwolf, I don't think there's any other recycled boss.
Well, I mean, attack carrier has to be in every game because it's an iconic boss.
And you all ran that thing in this one.
That's neat. That's a new concept.
And he has a phase 2, so that's amazing there too.
That's fine.
Gigarilla is a good boss, challenging. You might get a mission failed against him the first time. Huh. He hits hard. I have a feeling if Platinum had a bit more freedom, he could have been even more insane.
I think this was a test bed, and I think we'll see on NX a Platinum-developed Starfox. Just whole hog from the beginning to end.
If you listen to Kat's music, she sounds like very Bayonetta when you hear it first playing. It's like, holy crap, Bayonetta is going to show up instead of Kat.
I think the only reason this isn't as Platinum as people were expecting is because they came on at the end to get things done.
Yeah. So, to go back to the whole 64 thing as being bad, it's like, no, I don't think so. I mean, I get it that you want new story, you want things to move on. The thing is, Command kind of made things a lot harder in that regard.
Yeah, Command ended the series. Like, Nintendo was pretty adamant that there probably weren't going to be any more Star Fox games.
But now,
They pulled a Chibi Robo.
So, thanks to this reboot, it's a clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
So they can introduce characters like Crystal. I'm sorry, Jason.
If they introduce her and she's not an annoying, horrible character that was meant literally to be Fox's sex doll, then that's fine. But she doesn't do anything right now.
And like the next game could have General Scales trying to like maybe take Andross's place or some other big bad. So maybe you won't see Andross next game. Maybe you can have your new stories and stuff there.
Yeah, I think that's fine. And personally, the fact that Andross's legacy is kind of the boss for the games is one of the running themes I prefer. Because he does some really messed up shit.
Yeah. I mean, his boss...
Zonus used to be a resort planet.
I mean, his boss fight is pretty good. It's a little disappointing, though.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in the sequel, if he comes back, maybe he'll learn to guard his hands a little better.
Why do I keep putting these glowing spots on my hands?
Plus, shooting him in the eyes doesn't do anything in this game.
Mm.
And,
well, that makes sense to me in the other one. If you're a giant brain, you don't need eyes.
there is no giant brain this time.
Oh, okay. That's fine, too.
Speaking of the ending, though, it's a very touching tribute to Iwata they do at the end.
Oh, good. I've seen the still. I'm glad.
Yeah, they time it to the music where it's the dun 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 right there.
Oh,
The end of that. Right as the music stops. So,
that's good.
yeah. What's unfortunate is not many people, like I watched some YouTubers do it. PK, come on, how'd you not know? How did you not know that was Iwata? And even on Miiverse, like people was like, who is it? It's like, oh.
Who else would it be? Oh, it was James, clearly. Okay, so that's going to do it for this week. Thank you, as always, for listening, and you can now listen to our pre-recorded end crawl.
And we did it. We got through the entire episode without saying do a barrel roll.
No, we said it like 7 times, remember?
Oh.
Because you mentioned the Peppy level.
Can't let you post that, Starfox.
Okay, well, to end crawl.
Thank you for listening to Nerds at Lunch. If you like our content, please like and subscribe at the Robot House Podcast YouTube channel. I try to put up 3 or 4 videos a week, and I'm always open to suggestions for new content. You can find us at King Riptor on Twitter, where I'll post new episodes, at facebook.com/robothousepodcasts if you would like to message any of the other commentators. And you can find Steve on otakuhenshin.com or his Facebook page, facebook.com/otakuhenshinonline. Give Steve Strap a look. He's a neat guy, and if you like anime and manga, he has a lot of figures from very popular shows. So thank you for listening.